What does one say to an ancient Nephilim ghost?
I suppose you start with...
You jerk off?
Like, three or four times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy, and we're back with another video. Diablo 3, Season 29. I thought we'd take a little look-see at the leaderboards, do a little bit of a leaderboard analysis, talk about where everything is up to, talk about how the season's going, that kind of thing. Before we do jump in and get going though, guys, let me know, what is your highest clear so far this season? Have you been Super Pog Champ and cleared 150? Or are you more at my kind of scrub end level, like 120-ish, something like that? But yeah, we'll see how the season goes. It's a long season. We've got a long way to go to get those numbers up. Right, this is of course the first season where we do have the solo self-found mode. We do also have seasonal SSF hardcore. The boards generally, as the season progresses, will have changes on them. It's just one of those things, as people get better gear, as people tended in the past to get more Paragon, you would see a lot of these numbers would shoot up, and sometimes what was top the first sort of weekend of the season, like we are now, first weekend after a full week, might not necessarily be top in like 3 or 4 weeks. But really, I don't expect these boards honestly to change much in Season 29 for a few reasons. One, we of course do have the 800 Paragon cap. And secondly, we also have the fact that not many people are playing the game, because realistically the season theme isn't a massive draw to the season, and I think a few people have come, blasted for like a week or a couple of days, a weekend, and are then gone. So maybe it's not going to be the best competitive environment. We will look at this again later, I think, in the season, but yeah, that's kind of my overall thoughts. Let's look at the solo self-found stuff, because with the 800 Paragon limit, I think this is probably going to be a little bit more interesting. So we'll start in alphabetical order. Barb SSF 150 is done. It is of course the Raycore Barb. I did think this has definitely had a chance of being a 150 clear this season. It is a powerful build. It is interesting that this is one of the few that doesn't actually take the Guardian set, mainly because you're generally trying to work in the Schoolars braces. They could theoretically go in the cube, but the extra cooldown and resource cost reduction and stuff from the Crimsons I think is handy. Probably more so the cooldown than the RCR. So that is Barb. How are we doing on hardcore? 142 on hardcore Barb. Again, it's a Raycore Barb. I guess that's kind of to be expected. Just out of interest, how many Barbs have we had? We have had a full 1,000 clears on solo self-found. I think if we just look at the season boards for the Barb, we've also had 1,000 people. So the season, I think, it is probably a bit more popular than I would have thought. In terms of SSF hardcore, not that many Barbs. A GR8 would get you 448th in the world. So, you know, there we go. I haven't cleared a Barb yet, so that's something that we have got later to do. So let's go back to the SSF and go to the Crusader. A 147 here. Pretty decent, only a few away from the 150. It is the Akon Condemned Crusader. Starting to see Guardian set here. This is a build that is, I think, kind of fun to play. It can be very laggy. I know some people have said on the SSF they think the netcode for the game has been improved, so I am interested to check this build out. Haven't built my Crusader as of yet. I'm just really curious as to where the Aegis of Valor is up to. 132, that is not particularly great. And it is using the Vigilante belt with the extra Fist of Heavens is interesting. In terms of hardcore, where are we? 138. I think this might be a Thorns Bomb. It is a Thorns Bomb. Just a bit tankier perhaps, and one of the reasons why you might want to go that way on hardcore. And then again, just having a little look, have we had a full 1,000 Crusader clears? We have on the season. Have we had 1,000 on SSF? Yes, you're going to have to do 105 or above to place on the board. And Crusader's been much more popular on SSF hardcore than Barb, but you can still get your name on the leaderboard by just basically clearing any single GR. So that is interesting. Let's go back and look at Demon Hunter. So the SSF has got a 141, which looks like a Marauder. It is. This is going to be quite an interesting board. I think there might be a couple of different clears. The hardcore one definitely does have some interesting things on, but this is, yeah, there we go. Third or fourth is a Gears of Dreadlands Demon Hunter. So what was that? In fourth with a 138. Marauder is probably a little bit more powerful than the Gears of Dreadlands, but it will kind of be close. So that's the SSF board, full 1,000 clears. You got to go past 110 to get on. For the season, is this actually lower? 137. Is this lower than it is? Well done, SSF. That's quite funny. The SSF clear is higher, so wouldn't have expected that. Let's look at the DH hardcore board, 137. That's really high, and that is Natalia's. So again, that is another option for the pushing for the Demon Hunter, which is why I say this is a little bit of an interesting season, because who knows what's going to be top. My clear for the DH, I'm outside the top 100 now, 109, so I need to get this up. 114 was my clear. I'm hoping to maybe get like 120, 125 done. Can be a little tough on the DH, so we'll see. I might build out Marauders, I might build out Shadow. I'm going to try and clear all the sets this season, so that's going to be interesting to see how that progresses, and how many. Ooh, we're nearly full on the board for the hardcore DH, but still, if you want to come, 50 spots on the board left for anybody who clears a GR1 on hardcore SSF. Moving us along to Monk, let's have a look at this general seasonal one so far. 138. Legacy Dreams Wave of Light, definitely one of the builds that has been hit the hardest, I think, by the Paragon cap, because generally the more Paragon you get, the better all builds perform, but this is a very squishy build, and generally very squishy builds benefit, I think, more so from extra Paragon and extra toughness. Interesting that they're running the Legacy of Nightmares ring set rather than the Legacy of Dreams legendary gem, thus giving yourself the extra, I guess, bane of the trapped here rather than taking the Lord's gem. How are we doing on the SSF? Probably a bit behind. No, wow, SSF is, I mean, this just goes to show how popular SSF is. 144, that is incredible. I mean, 2k Paragon on solo self-found. I mean, fair play, that is big numbers for only 8 days of SSF play. And it's a big clear as well, because don't forget, these Paragon points don't impact anything. So I'm guessing it's just a fully decked out with 125's Wave of Light Monk. So that is interesting. What do we need to get on the board here? 100. That's not the end of the world to get on the seasonal board. The SSF board is not as competitive. Only a 90 to get on there. And Hardcore Monk, I'd be interested to see how many are on here. Not that many, so you can come along, play some SSF Hardcore, and you can get on the leaderboard completely free as you like. Necro is going to be 150 because I think this has already been done on Hardcore. The Tragul's Avatar is definitely one of the stronger builds, because we can screw around with the area damage, because we still get the Guardian set. I think there is the ability to push this really high. 150 is doable. I'm not sure I'll make it on Hardcore. I'll probably be too wimpy to do it, but it was very strong last season. I did clear 150 with it last season, but yeah, it's looking like it's still hitting pretty hard. The SSF has of course cleared 150 as well. Tragul's Necro, of course, and Hardcore Wadijo, the king of D3, has cleared a 150 Hardcore SSF. I mean, fair play, respect. That is a very, very difficult thing to do. In terms of the actual clears to get on, 116 for Necro. Necro's obviously been fairly popular. I guess people are still running Z-Nec in groups, so there's quite a few of those kicking about. For SSF, I mean, 93, that's a pretty low clear, so pretty easy to get on the Necromancer board at the moment, still if you want. And then how many people were SSF Necros? Under 500. Doesn't surprise me. Necromancer is a bit of a squishy class until you get it set up and running. You are running the gauntlet a little bit with dying every so often. So yeah, I can kind of get why there's under 500 people doing that. Witch Doctor in the Mud 136, pretty low clear. This is Spider, the Arakir set, but with the new chicken stuff. Haven't checked this out yet. It's on the to-do list. Possibly more of a speed build. but 136. I reckon the SSF clear will be higher again. Let's see if we're right. We are 141. I mean, fair play. 141 on the Witch Doctor. Yeah, pretty good. Looks like this is going to be the build to go to on there. And then for the hardcore, 140. It's only one behind the non-hardcore board. That is good going. Again, it is the Arakir chicken. So let's just have a look and see where we're up to. 104 to get on the Witch Doctor board. So reasonably popular, I think. That'll be the chicken build drawing players in, I would suspect. If we look at the solo self-found, then 91. So again, pretty easy to get on here if you want to come on, try and get on the board. I think if you post something like over 100, you'll probably be here all season, because I'm not sure how many people are going to come and snag these places. And then looking at hardcore, 600 Witch Doctors. So again, not that popular. I thought that might have seen a bit more love in terms of playtime with the new chicken build, but it is where it is. Wizard, of course, is a 150 with the Talrashian Meteor. No surprise here. Again, one of the strongest builds in the game. Guardian set really does help make up for a little bit of the Paragon loss. And again, you can do a few funky things with the Paragon points. It looks like Comet is the way to go at the moment, which is the cold rune. It does kind of help you out defensively as well, because it will kind of like freeze a lot of things for you, which is handy. Ooh, nice Carini. We'd like one of those. Looking at the SSF version, 150 again, and I think it is, of course, the Talrashian Meteor again, and this will be the same for the 150 solo. Wodijo only in second. What a slacker. Fluik has beaten him. Whether he goes to retake rank 1, I don't know, but still, like, obviously immense respect. I'm not going to do 150 on Wizard hardcore SSF. I don't think it will be probably beyond my skill level. I have only done 119, but I haven't really pushed anything as of yet. I need to do the Wizard first just to get my gems up. Plenty in the tank, as we say, so I'm hoping to get basically 130-ish done without breaking much of a sweat, maybe up to 135. So that would be cool if I could finish like top 50. I would call that a big win for myself personally. Lots of Wizards I'm expecting in the season. Yeah, 130 is what you're going to need pretty much to even just get on the seasonal board. If you're looking at the SSF board, 120, so again quite competitive. And I'm guessing Wizards is one of the more popular for hardcore. Yeah, 757. So the hardcore solo self-found boards haven't filled up. So again, you know, you could come in, jump on, do a little bit of playtime, and off you go. So that's it. The only board we didn't really do was the seasonal hardcore, because I just thought the SSF hardcore was probably a little better. I suspect most of these things are probably about the same anyway. So 127 on seasonal hardcore Barb. Frenzy, that's interesting, because obviously on the other board it was Raycore. So that's quite interesting. We've got Crusader. Again, this could be anything 127. It is the Fist of Heavens with the Vigilante belt and the automatic Fist of Heavens with Steed Charge. For DH, Gears of Dreadlands it looks like on the hardcore board. So again, slightly different because we've had Nats at the top, we've had Marauder at the top. Monk is, I'm guessing, Wave of Light again. Yep, Legacy Dreams, Wave of Light. So GG's on that one. Necro, again, it will be the Tragul Blood Nova build. 136 on seasonal hardcore. 150 on SSF. It does share SSF, I think, has been a really good addition to the game. I know I've said that before, but it does look like it's good. 130 on Witch Doctor. Wow, 100,000 Paragon. Crazy stuff. But again, the chicken and the spider set mixed together, and then Wizard on just general seasonal hardcore. 142 on the Wizard. Is it Comet? It is Comet again. So I have seen a few people running Star Pack still, so the Arcane Rune on the Wizard, but most people are actually going for the Comet. So that's it. 150, we've had it done on 3 of the classes. I'm not sure we'll get it on any more. I don't think DH is going to punch that high personally. Even with perfect gear, I don't see it happening. Monk, I don't see happening 150. I just don't think it's got the oomph. You know, another 6 tiers on top of this. Even with a perfect map, I'm not sure. Witch Doctor, again, looks like it's a little far away. And yeah, Crusader, again, I just don't see it. I don't see that it's got enough. 147's close, though. It's only 3 more tiers, so maybe we'll be wrong on that. Maybe a Crusader will get there. But yeah, they are the boards. They are my thoughts. Incidentally, I will pop the spreadsheet on screen very briefly. Again, if you want to partake in trying to see if you can get the best overall score across all of the sets, par score is 4,200, and I'm going to try and see if I can clear as many of them as I can. But yeah, that's the video, guys. SSF, definitely popular, great addition to the game. I've enjoyed it. I think it is making the game fresh. But that said, there is clearly a bit of balancing to be done, because some of these sets and some of these classes are a little unbalanced, but I'm sure Blizzard will get to that in future patches. I've been Filthy Casual. Take it easy, guys. Peace.